What's up guys, Magic Knives here, and this is just a quick video on a little mod that you can do if you own the LGT slash Saberforge Youngling sabers. These actually used to be called YDD, but they changed their name to LGT slash Saberforge. And the mod was simply to add a little bit more design detail to the hilt of these sabers. I got these off of Amazon, and I did a review on these lightsabers a while back, so I'll leave a link in the description box if you want to see a review of these. But basically I just added a bit more design detail because this used to be all silver, no black or anything, and then these used to be just all black, nothing, no other colors or design to it. And what I wanted was to just simply add a little bit more design to the hilt of the sabers, just to give it a little bit more contrast to when you actually hold it and you're looking at it, and especially when you have the lightsaber turn on. Here, I'm actually just gonna put these on silent mode because I don't want it to be on I don't want it to be like take up too much sound, so I still want you to hear me. So this is what the blue one looks like with the silver hilt and then the black details, okay? And then this is the one with the black hilt, red saber, and silver add-on to it, okay? Now the mod for this is actually really simple. All it is, let me just turn these off, is some electrical tape. It's just like this. Now for the silver hilt, obviously I'm using black electrical tape. Now for the black hilts, it's a little different because you can't really find silver electrical tape unless you're lucky you find some in your hardware store or Home Depot. This I had to get on Amazon. This is basically, you just type in silver electrical tape or whatever tape, and this is a little bit different than this. I'll explain that in a second. But basically what you do is when you get your tape, at least for the silver one, this is about an inch wide of tape, and this is about, the gaps are about half an inch. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take some scissors, you're going to take a strip, and you're going to try to cut the strip into half, so it's like half an inch, or at least a little bit less, because then what you're going to do is you're going to stretch the tape, and you're basically just going to stick it and wrap around into the gaps, and just press it down so that it's nice and tight and flush around the hilts of, or the spacing, okay? And that itself, at a glance, just adds a little bit more detail, and you pretty much do the same for all of these. What's nice about the actual electrical tape is that, especially with the screw here, if you just take your screw or whatever to unscrew this, you can just pierce right through this stuff, and then it'll look like it's basically the same thing. Same with this one. So there's two screws here that you can just take out and just puncture through the tape so that it'll still hold itself much better. That's for the silver hilt. Now for the black hilt, it's a little bit more tricky because I had to get this. Now be mindful, this is kind of like tinfoil. This is much thicker and it's much sharper, so be careful when you're cutting this and you're wrapping this around the hilt, because you can actually cut yourself. I actually gave myself a few paper cuts here, just out of nowhere, so that's why I got the band-aid here. But basically the same thing. You want to make sure you order 1-inch tape for this color, for silver, and then you're going to cut it in half, or at least a little bit less than half, because this one is not as stretchy, so if you stretch it, it's not going to thin it out as much. And once you do, the nice thing about this is because it's shiny, adds a little bit more gloss detail to the hilt now. And unfortunately with this one though, you can't, I've tried, but you can't really puncture the tape. This is really thick stuff, so I really just tape around it, and otherwise it still looks pretty much the same. Very nice added detail. I'd say like you might have a little bit of ripples just because it is a bit harder to stretch and make it nice and tight, but if you manage to do the first few okay just like this, then otherwise that's basically it. Other than that, that's all you really need to do. You should have no problems sticking it, but if you do have issues, you can put a tiny bit of super glue just to make it a bit more solid. Other than that, that's how you can basically add a very cheap way to add some design to these cheap, affordable, yet very nice LGT lightsabers. Again, I got these on Amazon, but you can obviously go to Saberforge or LGT. They don't, I'm not sure if they really sell these anymore, but if you find some of these on Amazon, because they obviously, these are the older models, they come at a cheaper price than the current ones right now, but look into it, and if you happen to come across these ones that doesn't have any designs, this is just a simple design mod that you can do just to add a little bit more nice contrast and design to these lightsabers for the black and silver hilt. So if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my future videos. Until next time, peace out.